Now this is really cool. This shows you what people are looking at on your page, so you can work out maybe you need to entice people to go further down the page or move elements around so they're in the sort of the hot visibility area. Really cool tool to make your pages more conversion once you've got enough traffic to build up the stats. Now how are those stats built up? Right, well on the preview, you'll notice I've got preview equals 1 at the top here. It won't collect stats for looking at that, otherwise all of your testing will skew it. But if I go to a live view of it, and this represents what people will actually be using, now it's recording what people are looking at. So let me go back and edit this page and make this a much longer page, which I'm going to do by just duplicating this heading over and over and over and over again, just to make it long. Okay, so we've now got a much longer page. So I'll save that and I'll refresh my live view. So it hasn't got the preview at the end, this is live view, what people are looking at, and it's now recording what people are looking at. And as they scroll down, it will keep track of where on the page and what elements people are looking at. So I'll just make this sort of a hotspot just by sort of hovering around the middle of the page. And it's tracking every individual element. So it's a really good heat map of what people are looking at and which elements are really grabbing people's attentions. So that's now sort of collected a bunch of data. Whilst I'm in my editor, I can click on this little fire here and it overlays the heat of what people are looking at. And it does that by greying out the less viewed items. So if I scroll down to what I was looking at here, you can see these are very bold. You know, they're still being looked at. If I scroll right down here, it pretty much fades away. People are not looking at that. So I want to insert something in my page here to drag people down the page further down. Or if something was important down here, I want to bring it up into the hotspot. So you can really look at the data and really improve your conversion pages using that heat map tool. It's incredibly powerful. Let me just, for example, if I go down to the bottom here and spend some time at the bottom, I'm just pretending this is hundreds of visitors all coming down and looking at that wonderful image. Go back to the editor, switch it off and back on again to refresh the heat map. And again, I wasn't at the top, it's not changed that. This is still fairly hot where we looked at it before, then it fades away. But now this is coming back into view. And the more people look at this down here, the bolder it will get in your editor. So it's a really powerful way to improve this. Let's just keep going here. This is just me simulating people coming and looking at the page. It's doing this in real time, all the time. I'll switch it off, switch it back on again. See, this has now got less opaque, so we've got it's now in terms of priority, this has moved down. What we used to have here, which was bold, is not so bold anymore because it's less viewed overall. This heading here was still very bold, probably because it was actually in both sections that I was looking at, and now down here this is now becoming bolder as we go. So it will build up, it will tell you exactly where people are looking and are not looking and show you where to change your page to drag people's attention. Incredibly powerful tool. The last item here resets the heat map. So if you change your page, you bring something up, they're no longer really valid. So we can reset the heat map stats. It all goes back to square one. So if I refresh, no stats, it's all equal. And then we go back here and it starts collecting data again. So because it's in your editor, you don't have to go after different reporting tools or anything like that. You're right there. So if I'm just building up here, look at this view here. Right while I'm editing my page here, now because I reset it, nothing at the top of the page, but obviously down here, look, very strong. This is what people are looking at. These are the elements which appeared the most. So they're grabbing the attention. And there it affects my design of my page. So I've gone at length about that, but it's an incredibly powerful tool to allow you to look at what people are looking at, where your page is failing, where you need to introduce prompts to make people come further down the page, or where you need to move your elements around.